Annyeonghaseyo. Hi, everybody. You're here for me and Fame because we are two glorious people. Uh, who am I? I'm the Floor Hugger. You can catch me writing for Level 1 Gaming. That is the site we own. You can catch me streaming every single day, except for weekends, and on my YouTube where I make retrospectives. We got some news to cover. And Fame, please introduce yourself to the people and let them know where they can find you. True. You don't have audio. Yeah. All right. So sorry about that. Has no audio. Famous.
Oh, I think I have audio
TK has
now.
no audio.
It's back.
It's back. Okay.
The
Retell the people who you are.
I'm just a guy who is fortunate enough to be doing a podcast and found a website with this beautiful young lady. That's who I'm is. That's who I am. Hey, I should be good, Rhino Autobot. I'm looking at my OBS. I have sound now. Game is muted. Game. Time to play the game. Okay, no. So a few days ago, xCloud was finally announced to be dropping in September, and weirdly, oddly enough, iOS wasn't a part of it, even though there was a beta. But now the beta app is going up for iOS. Apparently, Apple has these weird rules going on and won't allow people to have things like Stadia and xCloud on there because they can't put like a user rating. They can't rate the game. There's a bunch of weird stuff going on, right? I was trying to see. Yep. Now you will never get him. Hugger heard him. I whispered to him, but if she tells y'all, I'm gonna have to kill her. But so Apple got a lot of flack for that. A lot of people wanted xCloud on Apple, right? Or at least the ability to try it out. A lot of people have iPhones. I have an iPhone but not as my main phone. My main phone is Android because Android master race, right? It's the only phone's worth having. But now today we found out that Epic tried to sidestep Apple by offering V-Bucks at a cheaper price by paying directly to them. When you go to buy V-Bucks, if you were playing Fortnite on any Apple device, you had a choice between pay Apple $9.99 or pay Epic directly for $7.99. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was like absolute genius. But at the same time, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They're not gonna let you do that, right? You're on their platform. You think you're gonna cut them out of their platform? You're not going to, right? I didn't think that would hold up. I think I went to work, used the restroom, took a sip of water, and then bam, Fortnite was taken down. Then I went to the restroom again, and bam, Epic is suing Apple, right? So things kind of like spiraled downhill. So I want to get your thoughts on this. Like,
we kind of know for years that Apple's been kind of scummy on the App Store. A lot of people don't like developing for iOS. A lot of developers are scared to develop on iOS just for the rules they have. That's why Microsoft is not working with them, because Apple wants a cut, first of all. But then they came up with the excuse that, it doesn't have securities, the Apple approved securities. You can't update it unless it has Apple approved things in there and all this kind of stuff. There's an app that Apple approved and then swiftly took off, was it's an email app. It's a premium email app. It's like $100 a year, and they approved it and then they took it away for the exact same reason. I think Apple needs to kind of know their lane. Not that they're stepping out of it, but Apple is getting a little overambitious. It's not the first time Apple's been sued. It won't be the last. And I just feel like The more you look at Apple as a fashion house, unless it's a tech company, the more you realize, oh, all their snooty behavior and all this stuff makes more sense than pulling probably one of the most profitable games off of their platform.
Anyway, sorry, I got caught up in reading the right Autobots messages. I'm not drinking the apple Kool-Aid until they come up with those glasses. I'm really confused on what glasses he's talking about. But
Only he knows.
I don't have the details to this lawsuit, right? There's a bunch of images going around. I don't like reading off of images. I want to see the actual filed lawsuit paperwork, right, to see what's actually in it. Anyway, Apple backs down because in a way, I kind of agree with Apple in this Epic thing in a sense, because if Hugger, you decided you wanted to sell your OnlyFans pictures out of my house, and I tell you that you can sell them out of this bedroom, but when people come in and they come to your OnlyFans section, I need you to give me 10%. And so you decide, I bet I'm actually gonna sell my OnlyFans out of the window. I'm gonna be pissed and I'm gonna kick you out of my house because I'm giving you a place to set up and you're trying to skate my feet. So in that aspect, I agree with Apple. You can't skate them. Like, that's not right. Like, I'm gonna be on your platform and I'm gonna make money off your platform, but I'm not giving you a cut. In that aspect, I agree with Apple. At the same time, if Apple wasn't so, I don't use the word, but I'm going to use them, stingy, greedy, having bad practices, then people like Epic, people like Microsoft, people like, Google Stadia, they would be more inclined, they of course would be on your platform, but they are refusing to pay certain fees or refusing to go along with your weird guidelines to allow them to be on your platform. Right?
Mm-hmm. I think that's the main concern, is it's choosing between the lesser of two evils. I don't like Epic. I think Epic is a shady company.
Mm-hmm.
But in this circumstance, yes, Apple has a right, but I also don't like Apple because they have just as much malpractice and bad practices and anti-consumerism things going on. So it's like, who do you want to support in this fight? You could not support anybody, but gamers got to vote with our wallets.
With as much money as Apple has, this thing is going to drag out for a long time. Not saying Epic doesn't have a bankroll, but they don't have Apple's bankroll. And Apple can tie this thing up in court for as long as they want to eventually make Fortnite say, you know what? Whatever. We maybe be losing more money, but our game not being on your platform, so just here. That's a possibility. Mm-hmm. Apple, they're not as rich as let's say. They're close. Not. I gotta put the financial right with Microsoft. Right, Microsoft has a bankroll. Technically, you're gonna try to sue Microsoft. That can hold you up in so much litigation and tie up so much stuff with their $1 million lawyers that you will never really get through with that lawsuit. Right? Apple has that type of money at their disposal. I just don't see Epic winning this fight. I really do not see it.
It'll eventually peter out. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a weird one because it'll be locked in a stalemate forever, but eventually it's who wants to make money. Is Apple going to cave, or is Epic just going to be like, screw you, I'm going somewhere else?
I think unless other companies, Microsoft has begun to speak out, and it looks like Microsoft may be showing some support to Epic and what they're doing. You get some people who work for Xbox or Microsoft tweeting out, images and GIFs. Like, not necessarily saying, "Hey, we support you, Epic," but in their GIFs, in their pictures, they're pretty much saying, "We support you, Epic." So I think it'll take more than Epic to get Apple to change their course. If Microsoft is right behind them, it begin to. But at the end of the day, I just don't see Apple flinching. Apple is the girl who has the fancy jewelry, high heels, real pretty, but her breasting. Like, that's Apple.
Yeah, that's true.
Got it. Android is more like Abby from The Last of Us. Like, maybe not so appealing to look at, but she cold, and she actually
Mm-hmm.
cool, and she got a good story underneath her. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be extremely interesting to see what happens. I personally am not a fan of Apple. I am not a fan
Mm-hmm.
of Fortnite. I don't like the game. I'm not the
No.
biggest fan of Epic because I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Sweeney. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but in a way, I sort of support both sides in this argument. I just don't see how
Because they both
Epic
have
can win.
valid points.
Exactly. They do. And I can't wait to get the full layout. If anyone's watching can link me the full layout to the lawsuit, I would love to read through it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy of mine who actually is really good at interpreting legal language. So for what I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand, I go to him and say, "Hey, explain this to me." Right? I would love that. I just can't wait to see how this ends, and I don't see it ending anytime soon. This is going to be like we're going to get a random article from The Verge in 2022 that says Apple wins lawsuit case versus Epic. And we're going to like, oh, that was a
Yes.
thing. We're going, oh, that happened. That was a thing, right? Dallas man in chest. I never thought I'd see the day I'm on Epic's side.
Right? That's what I'm struggling with. Or, you know what? Let's look at this from another perspective because Microsoft not being on their platform, and after this probably won't be on their platform, that's turning a lot of people who are the casual gamers who are probably going to play xCloud, they're looking at Apple and being like, okay, why is one of the biggest companies not willing to work with you guys, although you've worked in the past? And now Epic is who the boardroom of Epic, I don't know what they do. That's turning, and whatever Epic owns and whoever owns Epic, that's turning another lens on Apple. Maybe Apple looks like the villain in this. Apple looks like the villain in the Microsoft case. Maybe this will put casual eyes onto things and show, hey, Apple, not that great. And people will be like, okay, like how many people did we talk to that because xCloud isn't going to be on there, they're like, I'm going to switch to Android. I don't care. I want to play my games.
I've
I'm
seen a
not
couple of
using
people,
iOS anymore.
who went out and said, "Yeah, I'm about to pre-order this Note 20," and that's a
Hmm.
difficult thing to do when you think about. It's kind of like it's not kind of like it is like the console. When you put yourself so deep financially to an ecosystem, it is extreme.
Hmm.
It's extremely difficult to say I'm going to switch over because you've invested so much time, so much money, so much resource into this ecosystem just to let it go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can still have the device, but it's so difficult to switch ecosystems and then want to commit the same amount of funds or resources into the ecosystem. But we're seeing a lot
Hmm.
of people saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get the new Galaxy, Note 20, whatever the case may be." And not solely because of XCloud, right? It's because maybe they're fed up with
Exactly.
Apple. Maybe they realize that iPhones are overrated. Maybe they realize you're getting the exact same phone every year with a feature that a Samsung device prominently showed off 6 phones ago. It could be a
Right.
myriad of things, right? Maybe people are finally taking their Apple glasses off because for the longest time, Apple meant class. Apple meant you had money for a lot of people, and I think that
Hmm.
glamour and glitz of Apple between its devices, between its weird rules, and between it, not allowing you to do the things you can do on Android, that shine is starting to turn into rust. And
Hmm.
I think you're right, man. I think with everything coming together, they may have to finally come off their high horse.
I'm gonna tell y'all a thing that's gonna blow your minds. Uh, if you guys are like, oh, Team Apple for the cameras are actually Sony. Or yeah, Sony makes the cameras for the iPhones, and they're the same cameras that are used in the Samsung phones, in the Sony Xperia phones. They're used in every single smartphone out there. It's not an Apple exclusive camera. So I know a lot of people are like, well, they have superior photo. No, no, the cameras are the same.
A lot of people like to compare um, Apple devices to low end Android phones. Like, go get you one of these high end devices, and I guarantee you, like, oh, okay, yeah, I wasted a lot of time. I could have been using Android and have the freedom, and like everyone else, maybe I could play XCloud now as I have an Android. So we're gonna
Right.
see, man. It's gonna be extremely interesting. I can't wait to 2023 or 2024 when Level One Gaming puts out an article that says, "Hey, Epic wins lawsuit against Apple. Well, we're going to forget about this. This is just happened to be the hot thing right now. I think a lot of people are still upset because of xCloud, right? I just don't see this being a big news topic in 6 months because we'll forget. But as of right now, man, it's hot because you really don't see companies of this pedigree or these names sue each other. Like that doesn't happen. When's the last time you heard of, you know, I don't know, Disney suing Paramount? I don't even know if Disney might even own Paramount. But you don't really hear of like big companies. Walmart sues Target. Like that just doesn't happen. Like you don't see this. So I think that's why it's true. Like it's such a big deal. Shout out to yeah. What? You might say the same thing.
The last time you saw companies. No, I don't know.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What were you about to say?
Then I was saying because you said V, and I said Velasi Boko says #free Fortnite.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry. The last time you saw companies kind of like squabble like this, and I'm going to call it squabbling because it's rich people fighting against rich people for more money and don't really care about us, is the Marvel and Sony when they were pulling Spider-Man out.
Oh, yes.
Like that was a squabble. And then it got quietly resolved.
Because most billion-dollar companies don't squabble in public, or I'm sorry, they don't squabble in public. They don't go to the point of lawsuits. They figure it out, no. And if there is something going on, we don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it so fascinating because it's going to be interesting.
And to see mobile gaming being taken so seriously recently is another thing that I think a lot of people are so confused about. I mean, there's a lot of good phone games, but it wasn't taken seriously until recently. And to see such a big fight over phone stuff, it's like, oh, okay.
It goes to show that the mobile gaming can be, probably will be, as a chance it is, bigger than console gaming because more people have access to a device. I think when it comes to games as a service, I think more people are willing to just go ahead. Oh yeah, I got money on my Google Play account. Let me drop this $4, whatever the case may be. You got countries like South Korea, Japan.
Oh, they're big into mobile gaming there.
There's no one at the door. They're really big into mobile gaming. I think that's one of the reasons why you see Microsoft doing such a push of play on any device you want. You know, play mobile. You know, if you got and especially when 5G is a prominent thing because it's mostly 4G right now. But actually, when 5G is really big, you're really going to see more and more people say, "Hey, I'd rather just play, you know, on my phone while I'm sitting on my couch, or while I'm out. I'm more inclined to play on my phone."
And it could trickle down back into console sales because, I mean, yeah, you could play Hellblade on your phone, but you could also play it on a big screen or on your computer screen. There's a lot of ways this could go. It's nice to see it be taken seriously, though, but not in this way.
Yeah.
Stop suing each other.
So while we're here, we're bringing up consoles. And controllers you can play on your mobile device, right? I don't know the real reasoning. I'm hearing that it's because of the riots or the looting in Chicago, but apparently it's like 3 or 4 people in Chicago were able to show us and leak the Xbox One S controller, right? This is a topic we couldn't get to last night. But the interesting thing on the Xbox controller is that it says it's compatible with Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, which all but confirms that the Series S, aka Lockhart, is real.
Is a thing,
right?
Yep.
Is the Xbox Series what lane? Now that we pretty much have it confirmed and we've had all speculations, what lane is the Xbox Series S supposed to fit in? Like, where is its audience?
Digital only, probably. Same with that second PlayStation 5.
You think it's digital only?
If it is the Lockhart, it has to be. I mean, the other one has a disc port. Like, why would you put out two at the same time? At least put out 2 disced consoles, and it not be like a pro version. It would have to be digital only. It makes no sense to put out 2 Yeah, two disc consoles at the same time.
No, I didn't even think about that aspect. I was thinking more of the lines of here's a cheaper entry into next gen for the casual gamer, while the Series X is the premium console for the hardcore. But now I'm thinking about it, it makes sense. It could be the discless. I mean, because they kind of did a test run with SAD. They did a test run. I think SAD Xbox all digital edition, right? I think there was a test run for people. I think there was a test run for Microsoft saying, will people buy a discless console? And then now you're seeing the PlayStation 5 have a disc and a discless, and people are like, hey, I'm gonna go buy the digital version. I think that kind of gave Microsoft the we were good at making this decision. Like, I think they were a little bit weary at first, but now that the competition is doing it, why not?
Yeah. And you know what? That could be the entry version, like you were saying. If it's discless, it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be probably not as upgradable as the Series X. And maybe it'll be shorter as well, so it can differentiate. But yeah, I think it'll be a discless version.
It definitely shouldn't need the amount of space as the X has, because it's not having to push as much. It's not as much power, so it doesn't need as much airflow. Because it's not. I mean, I think it's still going to be along the same lines. Actually, take that back. I think it'll look like the Xbox One X. I think it'll look like.
Keep the standard shape of the series, though.
You think it'll be okay?
I want to differentiate it.
So you think it'll look more like a traditional console? Oh, you said look.
No, I think it'll look like the Series X.
The Series X, okay, just short, kind of like the
maybe like short,
kind of like the thumbnail, that mock-up that somebody
like
made.
the thumbnail.
Okay, I can see that
because it doesn't need the airflow as much. Or maybe it will be the same size, because if it's all digital, it'll be running hotter. So maybe it's the same size or shorter, but I'm thinking the Series S won't have a disc. I think it'll be the digital Lockhart version of the console.
I'm not going to lie. Depending on the price, and we talked about this last night with Halo not launching, depending on the price, I could see myself buying the Lockhart over the X. I don't feel like I would eat the X right now. I feel like I'll need the X when it's time for Hellblade, when it's time for Fable. I feel like
if you're building your PC, you won't need the X.
True. I still want to have a console, right? And I do have my One X, right? I do. Yeah. But man, if they come out and the Series S is like $300, it's gonna be hard for me to pass that up. It's gonna be extremely hard to pass that up. Like I would just literally get rid, because I still have my OG Xbox One, the Fat Boy. I have the Xbox Series. I have the Xbox One S, and I have the Xbox One X. I will keep the One X, get rid of the Fat Boy, get rid of the S, and then get the Series S only if it's $300. That would still leave me with two consoles, still be on my PC. It's not a PC deterrent. I can buy the X and be like, it would slightly hinder me from building the PC. The Series S wouldn't. It's not a PC deterrent. And I know the Series X technically isn't either, before I get killed in the comment section. I see Hustle's in here. But the Series S is not a PC deterrent. I can see myself still buying that and building my PC. And with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I can be at my computer with my PC, my 2070 Super. I can be at my TV with my Xbox Series S, and I will not miss a beat.
Like Dallas said in the comments, I love my PC, but sometimes I do like lying down. But I'm also going to be realistic. This is what we talked about last night. What games are launching that I want to play that are exclusive to the Xbox right now? I'll wait.
The Medium.
Nothing? Cool. Is it not going to be on Game Pass?
Well,
so it's on PC too?
PC. Oh my God. The thing. Okay, sorry. When we talk about
you busy man, yo.
When we talk about exclusivity for Xbox, it doesn't have the same definition as PlayStation, right? Because when we say Xbox exclusive, we're talking Xbox PC.
Yep.
We have to, right? I think like this, oh, we're on PC. Yeah, we know that, but
But
not everyone has a PC. Not everyone has a powerful PC. It's like I love the meme that says PC is the strongest platform. PC is stronger than console. I'm like, yeah, but is your PC stronger than a console? Like,
right?
because everyone can have a potato.
That's the thing.
PC gaming. Mr. Kima says
Yeah.
the Xbox Series S will run games at 120 frames per second, same CPU as the Xbox Series X, as the Xbox Series X. So you may get those high frames, you just won't get them at 4K. You're looking at, and I'm fine playing with at 1080p, hella frames. Oh my God, there's no one at my front door. This thing is so
It's the
sensitive.
ghost. It's a ghost. It's
Uh-oh.
haunting you now.
Dallas Man says, I feel like I've turned into an all platforms matter blank gamer. All platforms do matter.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. Every platform matters. I don't care. And I said it on Twitter. If you hate me for praising PlayStation, PC, Xbox, unfollow me.
Mm-hmm.
I fear none. I fear not a unfollow nor an unsub. I will love these consoles or PCs how I feel. I will critique them as I feel. Every platform matters because as human beings, we all prefer different things. We all want different things out of our gaming experience, and we were meant to be different. I am the complete opposite of the floor hugger. But you know what? I love this girl, and I would never tell her she's gaming wrong. And same for me when she knows I'm always playing on console. Even though she tells me to do it on PC, she doesn't kill me for playing on console. And that's how it's supposed to be. Like what you like, love who you love, play how you want to play. Stop being so butthurt that people aren't the same as you, because that's kind of weird. Like, don't you want to be an individual?
Yeah. I mean, I come from the time when I was younger, I couldn't afford one console. Now I can afford whatever I want within reason, because some of this is ridiculous. But it's like, ow. So I'm just gonna let me play. Do you pay my bills? No? Okay, shut up and let me play what I want to play where I want to play it. If I want to buy a PlayStation 5 but never touch it, just want it for collection's sake, let me buy it. If I want to play on PC, let me play on PC. You want to play Xbox? I'm gonna roast you, but we gonna have it in good fun. Like, go away.
Now, once you start your OnlyFans, you can't say, do you pay your bills? They're going to say, yes. Yes, I do.
And I'll be like, no, you don't, because you ain't been donating enough to pay my bills. I live in Canada. It's expensive here.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Hugger. Do we have anything else before we get out of take two?
What was we covered the Series X, the xCloud, the controller, Fortnite ban. Is there anything we're missing, y'all?
Is there anything? And shout out to the people watching, man. Do us a favor. Share out the stream. Hit that like button. Oh, Sam Walton. Yes, Emerson Griffin signing. Yeah, buddy. Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Super Bowl, baby.
No.
We'll get Hugger to wear that Cowboys hat. So I'm talking about, baby.
I wear my Patriots.
I'm when the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I'm going to send you a
happening?
hat. Huh?
You better. Laszlo from Rockstar, he's left after 20 years of being with the company.
When did this happen? Right now?
Today. Yeah, well, earlier today for me. Yeah, Laszlo, he's does the voices in the radios and stuff, and he does a lot of the original content. He's left Rockstar after 20 years, and I'm like, man, I thought he would just be there forever.
There's so many people leaving. So let me see. Oh, just to kind of circle back, I wanted to bring up a tweet by Jason Schreier, and it made a lot of sense because, okay, but I'm just going to read it. It says, this is one of the many reasons why Epic Game Store hatred makes no sense. Standardizing a 12% cut rather than a 30% strike was nothing but a positive outcome for game developers, games, and players. That is one of the reasons why you're getting a lot of Epic Games exclusives, is because they are taking over 50% less than Steam would for a game. Mm-hmm. I do think Epic has its issues.
Oh, God, yeah.
But the Epic Games Store may get more hate than what it should. I did want to bring it up. I forgot about that.
The Epic Games Store, so I get those free games, which, by the way, Remnant, it's that Dark Souls shooter game, is free right now.
Mm-hmm.
I get the games every time they're free because they do drop some good indie titles. But the fact that you have to purchase the games one by one, you
But
don't have achievements, you don't have cloud saves on some of the games.
achievements are coming.
It's like a coming, but if you've already played the game, I don't want to replay it.
I would hope they
But
would
yeah, you have
pop.
to one by one put things in your cart, which is annoying if they have like 4 games free. But they do give away some good ass games.
True.
Because I remember, what was it? EA on Origin was giving away free games. And for the first like 3 months, they gave away some banging games. And then it kind of trickled out and then they canceled it. At least Epic is. I never thought I would defend Epic. Oh my god. At least they're looking out for the developer.
Times have changed, man. We got gamers out here defending Epic. Times
Yeah.
times have changed, man. Like,
I just hate their store.
I give them credit. I mean, they're going to have their achievement system hopefully up with them. I mean, that's already in beta form or whatever. They're going to have achievements before Nintendo, which
Oh god, yeah.
blows my mind.
That's never gonna happen.
Hey, even up until recently, even on Xbox, you had to buy games one by one. They just recently put that card on Xbox this year. That frustrated me to no end. They finally put the card on there, so I can see your frustration. It's not very often I buy more than one game anyway, unless it's a major sale going on. If it's not a major sale, I'm not buying. Oh, let me get 4 $60 games today. Like, I'm not really doing that. But if it's like a bunch of like games that went on sale and they're like $4, $5, $6, $7 a pop, yeah, I'm probably gonna spend $60 on 10 games. I want to be able to put them all in the cart and hit checkout.
Exactly.
100%.
It's just something about make it easy. Like
Yes.
my English teacher always used to say, keep it simple, stupid. Don't be too complex with it. Basic features, basic stuff. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Epic will lose their lawsuit against Apple. I don't think it's going to move to the trial period. I think it's just going to get settled out of court. That's what all happens to most of these big ones.
We're gonna
And
forget
honestly,
about this.
yeah, I don't care. In that sense, it's putting more eyes on Apple's questionable business practices right now. I mean, Apple is right in this circumstance. We already went over that. Fame said in the weirdest pimp analogy that Apple is right. Epic is wrong in this circumstance, but doesn't mean what Apple is right about is, morally right.
Yes.
Because I've seen some of their policies and I've talked to some of the devs that develop for them. And a lot of people hate developing for the iOS store because there's just so many hoops to jump through. I thought Nintendo had a lot of hoops to jump through. No, Apple has a lot of hoops to jump through.
She's not lying, folks. Shout out to everybody that came through and rocked with us for the second level of Take Two. We should be doing this, if not most Thursday. Once we get a time stamped down, we'll let you know. But do us a huge favor, especially for everyone that's watching on the Level 1 Gaming YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button because it helps us a lot. It shows YouTube that people are watching. Turn notifications on so you never miss an episode of Double XP Podcast or Take Two. Share out the stream. Like, do all those things. Show us some love. We would really appreciate it. We always appreciate every single person that comes through. Every single person that visits LV1gaming.com. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. You guys have shown us massive support. This is a new YouTube channel that we're trying to grow as fast as possible. So if you guys hit that like button, share, turn notifications on, we subscribe, we will be extremely appreciative. This is Take Two this is Level 1 Gaming's Take Two Level 2 with Fame and Floor Hugger. And we're out. Peace.